I gave myself 1 week to make my first money with AI from scratch. No audience, no budget, just free tools and a plan. Some days were silent and frustrating. But what happened on day 6 changed how I think about this completely. Here's exactly what I did, day by day, so you can repeat it, including the mistakes, not just the highlights. Let me set the rules of this challenge so it's fair and so you can actually repeat it. Rule 1. Start from absolute zero. No existing audience, no paid ads, no budget to spend. Rule 2. Only free AI tools. Nothing locked behind a subscription. Rule 3. 1 week, just a couple of hours a day, the kind of time a normal person with a job could find. And Rule 4. The most important one. Be brutally honest about the results, good or bad. Because you deserve the real picture and not a fairy tale designed to sell you something. The goal was never to get rich in 7 days. That's the exact lie that people selling courses tell you, and it traps beginners into expecting magic. The real goal was to prove that a complete beginner can take a genuine first step and get a genuine first result. Here's honestly how each day went, mistakes and all. Day 1 was about choosing one single method and resisting the powerful urge to do everything at once. I picked offering a simple content service to local businesses because it's the fastest realistic path to a first euro. There's no product to build for months and no audience to grow, just a service that someone already needs and will pay for today. I used an AI assistant to define exactly who I'd help. Small local cafes, and salons that post inconsistently on social media and clearly don't enjoy doing it. Narrowing the target this far actually felt scary, like I was throwing away options and shrinking my market. But specific is precisely what works. I help small cafes get more customers with consistent posts beats. I do social media every time. By the end of day 1, I had one clear offer and one clear person to offer it to. Small, unglamorous, but completely real. That was the entire win for day 1, and it was enough. Day 2 was about building proof before I had a single client, because nobody hires someone who shows up with empty hands. So I created samples. Using the AI writer, I produced a full week of social media captions for an imaginary cafe and another set for a salon, then carefully refined them so they sounded natural, warm, and human, rather than obviously machine-generated. I dropped those captions into clean, simple templates using a free AI design tool so the whole thing looked genuinely professional. In about 2 hours of focused work, I had a small portfolio. Actual proof that I could deliver real results, even though I had never once had a paying customer. This is the exact step almost everyone skips. They go straight to asking for work with nothing to show. Showing up instead with finished, polished examples instantly separates you from every other beginner who only says, "Trust me, I can do this." Proof beats promises. Every single time. Day 3 was outreach, the genuinely uncomfortable part that most people dread and avoid. I used the AI's help to write a short, friendly message. Who I am. One specific thing I noticed about their page, and a sample I'd made for their type of business, finishing with an offer of the first week at a low trial price to remove all the risk for them. I sent that message to 10 local businesses, and then nothing. Not a single reply that whole day. This is the exact moment where the majority of people quietly quit and decide, see, it doesn't work. This AI money stuff is fake. But 10 messages is a tiny sample, and busy business owners genuinely do not reply instantly. They're working. I had to remind myself, out loud almost, that the silence wasn't rejection. It was just day 3 of a 7-day plan. Persistence, not talent, was the thing actually being tested here, and the test had only just begun. Days 4 and 5 were the grind, and honestly, the hardest stretch of the entire week. Still, no clients. Still, mostly silence. I sent 10 more messages to new businesses, politely followed up with the first 10 who hadn't replied, and quietly improved my samples based on nothing but my own critical second look. It is deeply, genuinely discouraging to put in real, focused effort and watch absolutely nothing come back. This is exactly where the dream dies for most beginners. Not because the method is broken, but because the early silence feels identical to failure, even though it isn't. I kept going on one single belief, repeated to myself constantly. I only needed one yes to prove the entire thing works. So I treated every no reply as one step closer rather than a rejection, kept the pipeline full by reaching out to new people, and showed up again the next morning. If you ever run this, days 4 and 5 are where you'll want to stop. Don't. Day 6, the breakthrough, and I genuinely didn't see it coming that morning. One cafe owner finally replied. She liked the sample I'd made, admitted she'd been meaning to fix her social media for months, but never had the time, and agreed to the low trial week. That single yes flipped absolutely everything. And here's the part that surprised me. It wasn't about the money, because the trial was small. It was that one reply instantly turned, "I really hope this works," into, "This actually works." Every hour I'd put in over the silent days suddenly had concrete proof standing behind it. I delivered her first batch of captions that very same day, using the exact AI workflow I'd built for my samples, and she was genuinely, visibly happy with them. One reply out of 20 messages sent. That's the real ratio that nobody puts in their highlight reel. And I want you to know it's completely, perfectly normal. One yes is all it takes. Day 7 was about turning that one yes into real momentum instead of treating it as the finish line. I delivered great work for the cafe owner, then did 2 simple things that most beginners forget entirely. First, I asked her for a short testimonial about the work. A single, honest sentence I could show future prospects. Second, I asked if she happened to know one other business owner who might want the same kind of help. She said yes to both without hesitation. So now, from one single week of free tools and stubborn persistence, I had a paying trial client, a real testimonial to make my next pitch far stronger, and a warm referral to a brand new prospect. The result of the week was never a huge pile of cash, and I won't pretend it was. It was something far more valuable for a genuine beginner, undeniable proof of concept, plus a foundation to build the next week on. Week 1 isn't about getting rich, it's about getting real. So what actually worked across the week and what didn't? What worked? Picking one specific offer instead of a vague everything, building real proof before asking anyone for money, and flatly refusing to quit during the silent middle days. What didn't work? Expecting fast replies and badly underestimating how discouraging days 3 through 5 would feel emotionally. The single biggest lesson is that the method itself was never the problem. My own patience was the only thing genuinely being tested the entire time. If I had stopped on day 4, like the overwhelming majority of people do, I would have walked away certain that AI money is a scam. Instead, one more day of the same boring effort produced the first yes that changed the story. Almost everyone who fails at this fails specifically in that gap. The gap between putting in effort and seeing the reward. The effort comes first, and the reward comes later, and most people quit in the silent space between the two. Don't quit in the gap. Here's exactly how you repeat this challenge yourself, step by step. Day 1, pick one specific offer and one specific audience and resist doing more. Day 2, build samples or a simple product using free AI tools so you have real proof in hand. Day 3, reach out to 10 people or businesses. Days 4 and 5, follow up with them and reach out to 10 more, and go in fully expecting silence, so that the silence doesn't break you when it comes. Days 6 and 7. Deliver hard for your first yes, then immediately ask for a testimonial and a referral to multiply it. That's the entire loop. It is not glamorous, it will not feel magical, but it is completely real. And it works if you simply refuse to stop. The tools are free and waiting. The plan is laid out right here in front of you. The only variable left in the whole experiment is whether you actually run the week or just watch me do it. So, are you in? If this honest breakdown helped, subscribe. I share the real version, not the hype. My free AI Income Starter Guide in the description gives you the templates to run your own 7 days. Tell me which day you think you'd struggle with most. See you in the next one.